TVC News at 10. This edition features our Sunday specials. Well, President Bola Tinubu has continued to push forth his administration's drive to get in more investments for the growth of Nigeria's economy. In his ongoing trip to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the president secured an investment of $600 million from Danish shipping and logistics company. While A.P Moller-Maersk is to expand existing port infrastructure to accommodate more container shipping services in Nigerian ports. Well, Robert Uggla, the chairman of A.P Moller-Maersk, met with President Tinubu on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum special meeting. President Tinubu says this investment will complement the administration's ongoing $1 billion investment in seaport reconstruction across the eastern and western seaports of Nigeria. Well, President Bola Tinubu also met with the Chief Executive Officer of Samsung, Hong Namkung, and the Chairman of Samsung Investment Global, John Wook Kim, assuring them of seamless access to capital for investors both within and outside the country. President Tinubu also harped on the importance of deepening collaboration in crude oil, natural gas, renewable energy, and other sectors, emphasizing the potential for private sector participation. The chairman of Samsung also expressed the company's interest in expanding its presence in Nigeria. And as part of the president's engagements in Saudi Arabia, he joined 1,000 government, business, and civil society leaders to gather at the opening session of the World Economic Forum. President Tinubu explained that the tough economic decisions taken by his administration were necessary for the country to avoid bankruptcy. State House correspondent Femi Akonde has details.
President Bola Tinubu told the World Economic Forum in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia that his decision to remove fuel subsidy in Nigeria was to prevent the country from going bankrupt. President Tinubu believes, despite the initial hardship that came with the tough economic decision, it was in the overall interest of the country.
Concerning the question of the subsidy removal, there's no doubt that it was a necessary action for my country not to go bankrupt. One, to reset the economy and the pathway to growth. It is going to be difficult, but the hallmark of leadership is taking difficult decisions at a time it ought to be taken decisively.
This explanation from President Bola Tinubu is to convince his audience about the potentials, prospects, and opportunities that exist in Nigeria and how deliberate policy formulation and implementation has put the country on a path of sustainable growth and shared prosperity.
Along the line, there is a parallel arrangement to really cushion the effect of the subsidy removal on the vulnerable population of the country. We share the pain across board. We cannot but include those who are very vulnerable.
But beyond the theme of global collaboration, growth, and energy for development, President Tinubu seeks particular world attention for the Sahel and ECOWAS, a region plagued by political instability, poverty, and socio-economic deprivation.
As the world paid attention to the poverty level of Sahel and the rest of ECOWAS, have they helped the infusion of capital and pay adequate attention to the exploitation and opportunities availed by the mineral resources that is available? Are we going to play only a big brother's role in a talk shop without necessary action? way.
The World Economic Forum special meeting will promote forward-thinking approaches to interconnected crises while remaining realistic about shorter-term trade-offs. It will work to bridge the growing North-South divide on issues such as emerging economic policies, the energy transition, and geopolitical shocks. Femi Akonde, TVC News.
All right, let's bring in our State House correspondent, Femi Akonde. He joins us on the news from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Femi, it's good to see you on the other side. So talk to us about some of the investments. We just read that the president has secured a $600 million investment in shipping.
Yes, hi, Sarah. Good evening. Well, all of these are necessary, and a lot of people have said that President Bola Tinubu has remained consistent with his engagement with investors. He has used his foreign travels to directly engage with investors to convince them to come to Nigeria and invest, because he says it's a situation of willing buyer and willing seller. Nigeria, he says, is open for business, and this particular investment, $600 million that he has secured from Maersk, that is very well known for shipping logistics, will also help further push the president, his administration's efforts in modernizing shipping operations in Nigeria, because there is already a plan of a 1 trillion naira investment in the port in Nigeria, in building the southern and western and eastern port in Nigeria. So this will complement the federal government's effort in that regard. And also, he's been meeting with heads of technology companies, global technology companies, seeing how they can help to use technology to help drive development here in Nigeria, and also how Nigeria, as a leader on the continent, will use all of this development to rub off on development in the region, especially West African region, where he is the chairman of the Economic Community of West African states. So these engagements continue, and these are special World Economic Forum holding in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. But what Nigerians are saying is that they also expect to see in a short term the result of all of these engagements. They want to see things on the ground, that will show that indeed these investments are beginning to rub off on Nigerians, and indeed the economy gets that needed boost, Sarah.
Of course, the president also used the opportunity, I'm talking about the opening session now, to talk about why he decided, explaining why he took tough economic decisions. He said that it's to avoid bankruptcy. Talk to us about some of the forward-thinking approaches the president pitched to these investors.
Yes, beyond the removal of fuel subsidy, he also told them what his administration did, to clear up the foreign exchange crisis that existed in Nigeria with the floating of the naira, and also ensuring a system where foreign investors were able to repatriate their profits. Before now, this was the issue, and this also hindered the inflow of forex or foreign investments into Nigeria. He's telling them that his administration, within a short period, just about a year, have been able to achieve all of this. And before now, we've had warnings from global financial agencies or organizations like the World Bank and the IMF, talking to Nigeria about the need to remove a petrol subsidy, which they say, was like a leakage, a conduit pipe for corruption. President Bola Tinubu came on board and took that tough decision, not minding or not knowing that it's going to cause so much hardship on Nigerians, but was able to go ahead with it and ensuring that the vulnerable, the poor, get some kind of a palliative to cushion the impact of all of this hardship, because he says on the long run, foreign investors will want to see that indeed Nigeria is ready for business, and all bottlenecks and hurdles in the parts of doing business for these foreign investors are taken away, because at the end of the day, it's going to create jobs for Nigerians and also ensure shared prosperity.
Like you said, we're all expecting to see the effects and impact of these investments. Our State House correspondent, Femi Akonde, live for us from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Thanks, Sarah.